Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're gonna do a quick unboxing of a tool that I got from Motool, which is, I think they're changing their name to Slacker, but what they're offering is it's basically a digital, very easy to use suspension adjusting tool. We're gonna do an unboxing here, and what we're gonna do to kind of showcase how to use the product. It's really easy. I've got an affiliate link for it. If you check the description in this video, you're going to see an affiliate link for the Slacker, which you can get a pretty hefty discount on the unit. So go check it out. They got 7 different levels of tools that you can buy. Today, I believe we have the Ultimate Tuning Kit. So I want to, we're going to do a quick unboxing, go through it. And then this video is going to be kind of a two-part. We're going to do a sag look at our KLR 650 because we're going to be putting luggage on it. We're going to be putting squirrel on it. We might even be putting squish on it. So we want to make sure that we have the suspension sag set so that we're not dragging the rear of the bike down. Right now the suspension's set pretty soft, and I like that on my KLR because it's primarily dirt road, gravel road, not a ton of off-road stuff. So I want it to be very comfortable. So I want to keep the sag about where it is right now, but I want to be able to adjust that with some data. You know, guys, I've been doing this for a long time in reloading or bikes or four-wheelers, whatever. I'm a numbers guy. So I thought this was a very cool product. So we're going to check it out. Let's jump into an unboxing. And again, if you guys are into this and you are curious about the product, check out the description in the video because it's going to have a discount link for you so you can pick one up for yourself. A lot of features. We're going to go over all of that. We're going to do the adjustment on the KLR. We're going to just kind of go through the gamut, show how I use a tool. So it's going to be a good video. So stick around and let's jump into the unboxing. All right, so let's take a look at what we got in the box here. I haven't opened it yet. As you can see, we're getting our trusty knife out. Let's peel this box open, and I'll bring everything up to the camera so you guys can see it. You know, as far as the packaging, I think everyone's doing good packaging these days. I got a packing slip, but first and foremost, what we're getting is the Slacker unit itself in the box. We'll go into some more details on that. We're going to set it up and see what it looks like. Again, this is the Ultimate Tuning Kit, so this is, you know, basically top of the line you can get. We're also getting, this is a wireless transmitter, so you can set this up on your bars. And one thing, setting sag is pretty tough because it usually takes 2 people, one person to hold like a measuring tape or something like that while you sit on the bike. But this way you can sit on the bike, do whatever you need to do, add more gear on the back, add more weight, and you can get a digital readout of what that actual measurement is so you know where you stand and what to adjust to. Also in the box here, looks like we got a smartphone bar mount, and I believe, I'll double check, that there's also an app you can download. So you can mount this on your bar, use your phone with Bluetooth, and get the same information and lots of other cool information right to your smartphone from the app from Motool. And then finally in the box, it looks like we have a very nice carrying case here that we can put the tool in. We're not using ink, that way we store it. It's not getting dusty and damaged and things like that. So right now what we're going to do is I'm going to set it up on the bike, show you how easy it is. We're going to check the adjustment on our KLR because in the next video, we're going to see I'm adding the luggage to my KLR. I'm also going to throw some weight in there, and I might throw squirrel or squish. One of them is going to jump on the bike, and we're going to adjust that preload up so that we can maintain the same amount of sag. And that way the bike rides like it does right now, except with all of the gear, all of the additional weight that we're going to be putting on the bike. So let's jump into getting this set up on the bike. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and hook this up to our KLR. We want to check the sag. Again, I like the way the bike is riding right now, but when we add some weight to it, you know, we want to make sure we compensate for the additional weight, adjust our preload, get that up so the bike will maintain the same rideability as it has right now. Real quick, As I showed you, the unit I got is the Ultimate Tuning Kit. It comes with a wireless remote, all the hookup hardware and things like that, and a nice carrying case. But you can also download 2 different apps on your smartphone, one of which is basically going to mimic the wireless remote. It works very well. And then also there is another app that you can download that you can save the data from multiple bikes, save your measurements in real time, and it's also a good app. I haven't checked it out, but I did check out the free basic visual remote app, and it works just fine, works just like the remote, pretty cool. But for this particular bike, you know, if we look in our user manual, you know, there's different ways that we can find, you know, our measure points on the bike. Like if you're looking at dirt bikes or street bikes, adventure bikes, the key really is to do it the same way every time. And in your kit, which I'm going to show you real quick, we've got several different mounting options. We have this option here, which is basically just a clamp that will reach up onto your fender and you can lock it in. It's got a rubber pad there, so it's not going to scratch your plastics. And then also we've got several of these sticky hooks here that we can just put on the fender. That way we locate it the same every time. And for the Slacker unit itself, it has a magnet on the back here that we're just going to stick on the axle. So real quick, another feature I want to show you is how to link up the wireless remote and the Slacker unit itself. So it's pretty simple. So to start off, we have 2 buttons here on the front of the Slacker. Have a power button and a backlight. So the first thing we want to do to pair these 2 together is hold both buttons down until you see the PA. Now that basically means that we're pairing with the wireless remote. So now we're going to do the same thing on it. Hold both buttons down. We've got PA, it's went to 0. And our Slacker unit is also at 0. And if we look, try to do this one hand, those measurements are going to mimic each other. So now let's go ahead and get this put on the bike. We'll find a mounting point for the KLR and we'll check what our initial sag is. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my wireless remote here, and as you can see, it's got like a hook and loop strap. You can hook it up on your bars anywhere. I'm just gonna kind of pick a spot here that I know I'm not gonna be using. See if we can get it connected up here. You know, it'd probably be easier just go ahead and maybe stick it over here on the throttle like so. Thought I'd get creative, but we'll just make it easy. So now we'll go ahead and we will hook the main Slacker unit up to the axle. I'll show you guys how to do that now. All right guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and hook the Slacker unit up to the axle. It's super easy. On the back side here, you can see we have a magnet here in the center, and it's very strong. So we're just going to get that right there on the axle bolt, and you can see it just snapped right on there. So now what we need to decide is, for this particular bike, we just want to go straight up from the axle. So we want to find us a mounting point on the bike that we can use and make sure it's the same every time. I'm looking on the back side of the fender here. There's really not much to grab a hold of. I don't think I want it. I could probably hook it right there. You know, like I said, just as long as we're getting the same reading every time. So I'm gonna probably grab that clamp. We'll hook it up here and we'll get us a mounting point established. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these self-adhesive hooks that comes in the kit, and I'm just gonna kind of go straight up here. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect as long as you take your measurements the same way every time. That way you have some repeatability. So I've read some reviews that some of the guys struggle with these adhesive backed hooks, but I'm just gonna give it a shot here. We'll try it out with this. I'm just gonna stick it on the back like so. I'm sure it's gonna peel off when I'm done with it, but I was just thinking that would probably be the easiest, and it's fairly straight. So what we're gonna do now is we'll get both units synced back up, and we'll see what our initial sag is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and zero out, turn on the Slacker unit. We're looking for it to say PA. Once it does, we're going to release it. Now I'm going to go up to the remote, do the exact same thing. All right, I've got 0 up top, 0 on the bottom. So what we'll do here is, now we're going to sit on the bike, we're going to jump up and down, get the suspension kind of zeroed out per se, and then we're going to measure how much total sag that we have in the bike. Now you can display this in millimeters or as a percentage. Personally, I'm just looking for a measurement just so I can set the bike back to what it is right now. So let's jump on the bike and see what we're going to get. All right, so hopefully you guys can see the display down there. I'm going to look at the wireless remote, and then maybe I'll pick you guys up and we'll look at it 2 different ways. But the first thing I want to do is, let's just see how much the bike sags under its own weight. I'm going to push on the suspension, let it bounce around a little bit, and I'm just holding it up by the grip, and it looks like we got about 36 millimeters of sag. So now that we've got the bike kind of stable, we know we're at 36 millimeters of sag with just the weight of the bike. So I'm going to change the camera. I'm going to jump on it now, and we'll look at it up here and see how much it sags with my weight on it. All right, guys, let's give it the fat test. So let's see how much sag total with me on the bike here. Make sure the kickstand's off the ground. Give it a couple jumps there, and I'm just dumping my weight on it. And it looks like 78 millimeters total with my weight. My tippy toes are on the ground, but I would say 99% of my weight is on the bike. So that's our total sag. So with the weight we're going to add, let's see what this total sag is with the extra weight, and then we'll adjust the preload and see if we can get this pretty close back to 78. Okay guys, so here's the moment of truth. You never talk about woman's weight, but you need to talk about it when you're setting sag on your motorcycle. So what I'm going to do is, we're not going to talk about how much Squish weighs. We're going to talk about how much sag she puts on the bike. So we already know what my sag is. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to jump on the bike, Squish is going to jump on the bike, and then we're going to see what our total sag is with the bike. If we remember, we was around 78, 79 millimeters of sag with me on the bike total. So let's get her on the bike. I'll jump on first. Just like we are going to be riding, I'll double down on the suspension. Now, Squish is going to jump on. So just for the record, we're still about 78 millimeters of sag. All right, Squish, jump on. She's so excited to be doing this. Just giggling. All right, so you scooched up. Is that how you're going to ride? Are you going to be comfortable? Yeah. So, oh, wait a minute. We got to make sure our kickstand's out. So with myself and Squish, our total sag is about 108. So that's a little bit more weight. So we're going to add some preload and see if we can get it back in that 78, 79, 80, 85, somewhere in there. I don't want to go too stiff, but we're going to compensate for the additional weight coming right up. Okay guys, so what I found was we can adjust the preload on this bike. We can crank it all the way up, and it'll get us around 83, 84 on the sag, and basically that's just way too stiff. I don't think there's enough rebound and dampening adjustment to overcome that without making it ride like a pogo stick. So, you know, I think it's unrealistic to say I'm going to set the sag back and have it ride just like it is by myself. So I found like a happy medium. You know, adjusting the preload all the way up, it got us there pretty close. I think we ended up around 80 or around 90 all the way up, which was pretty close, about 11 millimeters difference or a ½ inch. But it was pretty stiff, so I backed it off, running the preload. On this bike set at 2, it's like 1 through 5. It's set on 2 from the factory. So we have it set on, I think we went up to 4, it was pretty good. Still a little bouncy, but 3 just up. I think it took 2 clicks to get there, and I'm gonna live with that. I'm happy with it. The bike still rides good with just me on it, and we're overcoming some of the additional weight with the sag, so I'm very happy with it. But the key was having this tool to take all these measurements and work through the process makes adjusting your suspension completely doable, easy, and I can do it by myself because everything's set up. I can get a digital readout and it's fantastic. So that's going to wrap this one up. I'm going to give you my final thoughts now. Again, this is the Slacker digital suspension tuning tool, and tons of features. I probably didn't represent all of those in the video. Again, we're just using this to get everything kind of dialed in on our KLR 650 so we can head out this spring, do some awesome adventures, carry some gear, do some moto camping, all that good stuff. And you know, making these videos, we're not getting rich on this. YouTube doesn't pay a whole lot. But if you guys would, if you enter code SQUATCH, you're going to get a discount on this tool if you use the links in the description. And then, you know, check out the links. We've got affiliate links for all kinds of different products. You can see there's gear everywhere in here. All these companies are helping us out, and we just want to pass on a little discount to you guys because adventure riding, you know, it can get very expensive, but we're kind of taking a different approach, you know, getting into quality gear at a reasonable price, and if we can get a discount and pass it on to our viewers, that's all we want to do. This isn't our full-time job by any stretch, but we enjoy making content, we enjoy riding, we enjoy the outdoors, and we just want to bring it all full circle, provide some value back to the viewers because we appreciate you so much. And if you like this kind of content, please consider, again, subscribing to the channel. It's free. It helps us out. Leave a good comment for us down there. We read all of those. We'll get back with you. If you have any questions, hit me on my email, squatchreloading@gmail.com. That's probably the quickest way. I check that regularly, and I'll get back with you as soon as I possibly can. But until next time, guys, God bless.